Welcome. Today we're talking about the 4 things you need to get started on your budgeting journey, YouTubing, vlogging, and all that fun stuff. You don't really need a whole lot to get started. All you really need is duh. So join me today and we will talk about some of the 4 things and some little extra tips and tricks and stuff to get you started and get you going on the right foot. Join me. I am Payne, and welcome to the Painful Budgeter. Today we are talking about, of course, the 4 things you need to get started on your YouTubing journey. Specifically for budgeting, you don't really need a whole lot to get started. All you really need is, of course, some sort of cell phone, or if you already have like a GoPro or you go camping and stuff, and you have a family member who has some filming stuff that is willing to give you, or use one of them as well. But most everybody has one of these. And if you don't, you probably shouldn't be doing YouTube yet. You need to go and get yourself a job and get you one of these things. It makes the life a whole lot easier. You don't need a fancy one. It does help to have one with some like gigabytes and stuff on it that's more than like 60. Like I started out with, I had an S9, I only had 60 gigabytes. My first 2 weeks were a bit rough. I tell you that much. But as you go, especially if you're budgeting and saving, you make that as a challenge and you upgrade as you go. Sometimes you're just do one video, don't go like crazy like me and try to do 2 or 3 or 4 videos to download in a week. That can make it really difficult when you have to go and film. Shoot, it's full. Put it on the PC, come back, film some more, put it on the PC, film some more. And then, of course, if you're like me and a little bit on the computer illiterate side, don't tell anybody, but yeah, that's why you have YouTube how-to videos, I guess. But double check your trash. Make sure you're deleting, once you have things programmed on the thing, make sure you're deleting your other, whatever you have in things, because, me, I take a picture here and there and I completely forget about it, that's going in the trash, that they hold it for 30 days. And if you're just going from a normal cell phone user to doing videos and that type of stuff on it, when you're like filming for like anywhere between 10 minutes, 15, 20, sometimes even 30 or 50 and up, then you need to make sure that when you got your stuff into the computer or you have it uploaded onto YouTube, that you're going into your cache and deleting it. A lot of I know with Android, it looks like a little flower and it says gallery, so you just go in there, push the 3 little icons on the side, push that, it'll say trash, and then go in there and it'll hold it for 30 days. If you have one, you might want to save a little bit, or you're not quite sure about it, that's just barely got onto YouTube and you've got the space, I'd hold it for a couple weeks just in case there's any problems and you have to go and fix it. That way you still have it. But anything more than a week or 2, you can probably just go and delete it and give yourself some more space on your phone, so you don't end up having to run back and forth the link at 5 or 10 minutes loaded at a time. So of course, once you got your phone, and you can, most people have it, but if you want to upgrade, go on Facebook, ask your friends, go to pawn shops and stuff like that. Even yard sales, sometimes people are getting rid of their old equipment, especially if they're upgrading stuff. They'll have like a lot of cell phones, or not cell phones. Well, they might even have some cell phones that you can, take for somebody who's upgraded and hasn't turned it in yet. And you can get some good stuff that way. Pawn shops, garage sale, families, whatever you can find. Go and get the stuff there. The second thing you might want. So the second thing you might need is some sort of tripod. I got me this gooseneck one, and it's very tall. It can actually, oh geez, I like it because it can many different things. Side, straight up, yeah. And these ones can get very, very tall, and you can get at different angles and stuff. And so, because some of the other ones, if they're just straight up and down, it's a little harder to get in some of these angles. So, and these are only like $35 for the gooseneck, the really tall ones. But you can also get ones that mount on the table. I'd recommend mounting them on a chair next to your table, because if you mount on the table and then it shakes, your whole thing's going to shake. So I'd just flip a chair around and mount it on there. And a lot of them will actually have like the lights on them, because that's one of the other things you're going to need is the light source. Me, I have a a light right above my table where I film, so I haven't really needed to get one. Right now you can tell it's kind of dark, so I'm going to need one later. But getting ahead of myself, sorry, ADHD. But yeah, they actually have some like table mounts, and some of them actually have lights on them, and they can rotate them flat. So if all you're going to be doing is crafting and budgeting and stuff, and that's all you need, they have like the multiple. So they have part for your camera and a light, so you don't need any more, and that's like 20 to $30, depending on how fancy of equipment you want. Sounds like someone stepped on a cat out there. I have a feral cat outside. He's very talkative. But yeah, and then you also get a selfie stick, and this is what I have, but they don't really go flat as well. But you can always jimmy rig them, even if you have some sort of light or a lamp that you can kind of clamp onto. You can get one of those spider-looking ones, and just kind of. But they have to deal with it. It's best just to get something with a gooseneck or one like a lamp type of thing that just hangs right off of it. Those are the best ones. And of course, the third thing you're going to need, which I already mentioned, is a light source. Like I said, if you have really good light out of a window, kind of move your table or whatever you need to do in front of the table. And as long as you got decent light coming in, it will do, because all you're seeing is your hands. You don't have to worry too much about shadows and stuff. I have a good light here. I live in a basement apartment, so that's not going to do it unless I shoot outside. And also fails some of the other type of light source. You get some ring lights, and they're very cheap. You can don't get them at the dollar store. I have actually gotten some from the dollar store, the Five and Below. No. But you can get some like for $20 to $30, depending on how fancy you want. And a lot of them come with the stand. So you can get one that has the stand and has a cell phone mount on it. So you can go double duty and save you an extra $20 right there. And even if you don't have, you can get a couple lamps and just put them at different angles, and just so you're getting enough light where you're going. And like you can go Facebook or anywhere, and I'm sure you can pick some lights up. People buy them. They want to do these YouTube channels. They get all big and into them, and then they kind of putter out because life happens. So I'm sure you can pick them up for free or almost nothing. You don't really need a whole lot to get started. So yeah. And the fourth thing, I am prepared. I'll have to cut that right. Is some sort of mic. You can go with just the sound on the phone, and if you're in a good area that doesn't have a lot of echo, you can get away with it for quite a while. They're okay, but they're not the best because they pick up everything. You got a car going by, you're going to hear it. You got a cat just talking. Well, you can hear it on any mic, really. But you get weird noises. You got a haunted house, you're going to hear everything. Probably some stuff you don't want to hear. So I went with just the wireless mic because I wanted to do some extra stuff online. Not online. I wanted to do some extra type of filming, gardening outside. I wanted to do some shop with me and that type of stuff. And so I just went with the mic. But you can always get like the hand mic, the drop it type of stuff. You can pick those up pretty much anywhere, and they're pretty cheap. Another one, it's like if you have a gamer in the family, you get a gaming mic, and they're usually about $40 to $50 if you get them on Amazon. They're not that expensive, and they have really good sound. They're called the dynamic mics, and they're usually like one directional, so they can pick up. I want to get one of them because I want to do some gaming online, that type of stuff later on. But that's probably going to be near Christmas for me because I'm trying to pick them up as I need them, and right now I don't need it. I can get away with funky light and just a cheapie. I think this was like $30 to $40 or so. It's not that expensive. And if you're doing some other stuff like out of the house, shop with me, make sure you take both of them because they only last so long. But yeah, these are pretty easy. They do have this one. It's for a cheaper one. It's not bad. It does have a little bit of like whenever I'm filming, sometimes it has a kind of thumpy sound, like the dryer's going kind of sound. That's what it kind of sounds like. But yeah, some sort of mic, gamer mic, drop thing. They actually have like a lot of stands, so you can do a lot of different things, or just go free. The only other really things you might want to consider besides the basics, some cell phones, some sort of cell phone, some sort of mount, some sort of light, be it free light, be it outdoor light, or borrow a light, get a lamp. Yeah, that worked too. is your editing program. And if you're doing this very bare bones, you can do a lot of. They have some really good editing programs in your phone that you can download that are free. You know, me, I do CapCut, so I have it both on my phone because I'm going to try to do some more shorts, learn how to do them, so they're not just and then no one gets any views except for unless they have an animal in them, then they get lots of views. But yeah, they have pretty much every one I have on here. You can get on either PC, laptop, tablet, or cell phone, and they have them both for anything. So it's a lot easier on the bigger one because you can see more and have a little bit more. But you can get a. I've been playing around with the CapCut on my cell phone, and it does perfectly well. You have to play around with it. They have lots of how-to videos to get the most out of your videos. But yeah, some of the editing programs is CapCut, iMovie, Filmora, Adobe, Final Cut, Canva. They're very basic, but you can get it done if you don't have if you just kind of shooting and going. DaVinci, they're mainly PC. InShot and KineMaster, and a lot of these, some of them have watermarks on them. I know CapCut doesn't. InShot, some of them have it. Sometimes you can remove it. It all depends on the program, what you want, what you care about. And as you go on, you can always decide if you want to get the better paying program. CapCut is like TikTok. So if you do put any TikToks, it's the same type of stuff. DaVinci is the higher end ones, and then everything else in between. It all depends on the thing, and it's just a little bit of learning curve. Watch some videos, and you can do just about anything. But don't go overboard. Start with just getting the basics, learning how to cut and shorten your videos. That's really all you need. And maybe learning how to speed up some stuff if you're doing scratchers and stuff like that, and it's really long, so you might want to shorten it and speed it up a little bit. Those are really the only ones you really need. And then you can add in some like fun stuff into it, some extra sounds and music. If you need music and you don't have any like Edge Beat, no, I'm saying that wrong. I'll put it on the thing. But some of these other apps to get the different music, you don't need a lot. Just go to the Amazon, the YouTube library, and all those ones you can just download them and then put them into your phones and use the music from them. And a lot of the editing programs have music, but sometimes you have to be careful with them because they might not be legal on YouTube. So you have to keep yourself safe. Just kind of use the YouTube library until you maybe save up enough money to get the year plan of some of these ones. That could be one of your things, is the yearly plans, the extra savings on your phone, maybe get Canva Pro or something like that paid for, and each month get a different one, so you're not getting nailed every single month. But I would recommend doing that if you're going to be doing a lot of it. But like I said, you start out small. You don't need everything. Just get you a cell phone, get you some sort of, don't need a lot, just start small. Get you a cell phone, get you something to smack yourself in the face with. Find you a light source. Get you a mic or not. Just make sure it's quiet when you're doing it. Or if you have kids, bring them in. We love listening to the kids count money and playing the scratchers and doing the dice. It's always fun. So if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the comments. If there's anything that you recommend that's a lifesaver for you when you got started, or some of the mishaps you found when you got started that kind of made it a pain in the butt, but you kind of learned, put it in the comments, your first weeks of trial of trying to do this type of stuff. Because I know my first week is like, it was a learning curve. And my videos were ugly. And they're a work in progress. But you'll get there. Take it easy. Hope y'all have a great weekend. Love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.